Hey guys, I want to take a few minutes to talk about the units of speed. Now remember, a unit is that little piece of information that comes after a number that gives you more information about a number. The classic example would be money. The difference between $5 and 5 cents is the unit. The unit dollar tells you that we're dealing with a larger amount of money than the unit cents. Likewise, just the fact that we use the unit dollar at all tells you immediately that we're dealing about money. So when we look at the units of speed, we're looking at what units do we need to look for to know in particular that we are dealing with the speed. And really this all comes down to the speed equation. And remember that the speed equation is speed equals distance over time. And so in our units for speed, we're going to have a unit of distance over a unit of time. And really and truly, it doesn't matter which ones it is. As long as it's a unit of distance over a unit of time, it's a unit of speed. And so we can look at different units of distance. The most common ones that we're going to use, meters, which is the standard. That's the one that you are wanting to use most often in science. But you can also use kilometers, centimeters, millimeters, or if we want to go with standard units, or not standard units, but the imperial system that is still used in America, you can use inches, feet, miles, yards, whatever. As long as it's a unit of distance, it's fair game. Units of time. And again, as long as it's a unit of time, it works. The standard one that we want to use most often in science is the second, but you can also use minutes, hours, days, for which, believe it or not, there's not an abbreviation for a day. The abbreviation for day is day. Weeks, years, so on and so forth. And you can mix and match any of these. You can take any of these units over top any of these other units, and it's a unit of speed. So we'll do some units of speed here in the center. Now the one that you want to use anytime you are working any kind of problem in science or anytime you're collecting data, always you want to collect this in meters per second or collect it in something else and convert it to meters per second, because scientists around the world typically use meters per second. So that's the one we want to focus on. But notice that it's just meters per second. We're reading that line as per, but it's just a fraction. Remember, a rate is a ratio. It's a division problem, which can be written as a fraction. So meters per second, that's a unit of speed. We can pick anything else we want out here. Kilometers per hour is one that's very often used. So kilometers per hour, that's a unit of speed. It's a unit of distance over top of a unit of time. The one we're most used to using here in the States, miles per hour. So the speedometer on your car, a speedometer being a meter that measures speed, hence the name, measures this in units of miles over hours. So this tells you how many miles you're going to go in 1 hour. This tells you how many meters you would travel in 1 second, how many kilometers you would travel in 1 hour. And you can mix and match. You can make these as ridiculous as you want. If you want to give your speed in feet per week, it is a speed. It's a unit of distance over a unit of time. So again, the units of speed, it's just any unit of distance divided by any unit of time. But typically, in science, using the SI system, that right there is our go-to unit of speed, meters per second.